It's Alicia, also known as Vachiali, and today I will be doing a kind of makeup look with the Lemonade Craze palette from Maybelline. So, let me explain a little bit about this palette. When I first saw it on the internet, I had to have it. I want the other ones. I want the soda one that they have, and the couple of other ones. I was so excited to see this, though. I just think it's a beautiful palette. Like, it does take a little work to get it to work with things, but look how pretty. As you guys can see, I've used these shades a little bit. I don't want it to fall on the floor, but I know the plan of what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to use this color, and I'm going to do like kind of half yellow, half pink on this part, and then pink and then yellow underneath. And then I'm going to take main squeeze and I'm going to tap it on the inner part right here over the yellow. That is currently the plan for the makeup look. Let's hope it goes that way. And I do want to point out that I don't edit my makeup tutorial videos because I like when people don't edit their videos too much. It just seems a little more raw and real and feels like I'm actually like getting ready with them and stuff. Alright, so as usual, I put my hair up. And then I have to put my bangs back. And I'm just gonna also just talk and chat and tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with me. Also, all products I will be using you can find at either Walmart or a drugstore or online that they have drugstore prices. So, first thing you can find at Walmart, as we should have already known, the Aveeno Active Naturals Daily Moisturizing Lotion in Soothing Oatmeal. If you've watched either of my other two makeup videos, you know I use this a lot. I will grab it, get it on my hand, warm it up on my hand. Also, my hands have been so dry. I'm using so much of this on my hands as well because I'm having to use a lot of hand sanitizer at work. To like the point where it's unhealthy. It feels like. I already put on my chapstick, which I use the Blistex medicated. Okay. Wow, moisturized. Put some on my hands. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the Holy Hydration face cream from e.l.f. I love this cream, and I take just little bits of it. And go. And I put it on the points of my face that really need the moisturization. Okay. I don't know if I put any on my nose, so let me just put some on my nose just to be safe. And right in between here, because this place gets really, really dry. So I'm going to talk about a little bit yesterday at work. So I worked all day yesterday. I'll go into work at 3 today. I didn't stream today on Sunday because yesterday really exhausted me, and so I when I stream, I like to be like kind of happy and like full of energy because like that's what people want to watch. They don't want to watch something sullen and boring. Like no one wants to watch that. So I was not doing too good and I was really tired. So I will be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty primer. It's actually a really good primer. And I get some on my finger and I work it into all of my face, my entire face. Pretty much gets it. Like the parts that I need it more, get more of a focus on it. Yeah, but I slept past my alarm by 2 hours, which really never happens because, and that's how tired I was. I was serving during the afternoon. We were like the busiest since we've we've been able to reopen our dining room. It's like how crazy it was. And like, because it's Memorial Day weekend, if people that aren't in the US, because I do have a couple of non-US viewers, from my Twitch and stuff that do watch over here. So yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend and that's really, really busy, especially on the beaches. And today is the day pretty much everyone will be leaving and we'll be going back home probably around 2 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock. So it'll be a little busy. Also, everyone's like out at like picnics and stuff, and we sell things called picnics. And so it's gonna be super duper busy. Like crazy busy, and really not ready for it, but it's okay. But yesterday was super busy, and like lunch was really easy. No one was really mean to me or anything, which is surprising sometimes because the way people are can be a little cruel. But everyone was fairly nice. Quite liked it. There it is. And I made like pretty good money. For only being able to have like half of your restaurant taking people. But, you know, it was a little hectic. I'm just color correcting with my Wet n Wild color corrector, and I'm using the yellow in it to correct the purple underneath my eyes. I think I'm going to next time, because I'm not going to use either of these two things, I'm going to just buy just a yellow color corrector next time, because I don't really use any of the other shades. Like, I'm going to keep it because I use the green to color correct when I do my cosplays and stuff, but when I'm not cosplaying, I don't really need the green because I'm not trying to like fully cover everything up. Anyways, everyone was pretty nice, and then dinner comes around, and I'm cashiering during dinner, and like the dinner rush and everything, and I've literally been there all day. I got like a super duper short break, and I had to come like right back on pretty much because they needed me to, and we're like kind of just, I'm rushing around trying to figure everything out pretty much, and like getting like, because I didn't want to like touch the drawer and be a cashier because we had 3 of us. There's only 2 drawers. So I was just running around like checking in the orders and like getting like galloning up like or like drinks that we would need. And for the foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear. And what I do is I tap it over here and I work some of it down. And I just tip all over my face. Yeah, but it was a little, like, kind of hectic, a little bit up at the to-goes. It was mostly that the kitchen was behind. We don't know how they got so behind, but they were behind for hours. Like, I got back on at, like, 4:15, and up until I left, they were, like, super hectic. So that wasn't good. So I didn't get to leave because the kitchen was behind, but the cashiers were doing just fine and they didn't need me. It was like 8 o'clock when I left, and I had been there since we had opened. Yeah, but they're like, we don't need you, and they were like, well, we have to make sure the kitchen's okay before we can let you go home. And I'm like, why? I'm not even trained in the kitchen, guys. I'm not even trained in the kitchen. What do you mean? So that made no sense to me, and they were confused by it. And I was asked to make sure to gallon up, like, teas and stuff like that before I left. And I literally asked the other 2 cashiers, I'm like, do I have to gallon up these teas, or can you guys confirm you'll do it tonight? And they're like, absolutely, we'll do it tonight. Go home. So instead of being stuck at work for another 20, 30 minutes, galloning up a bunch of teas, because sweet tea had to be made, because for some reason nobody made any tea, because the servers and cashiers use the same exact tea, and so they should have noticed they were getting low on tea, and if they did, they just ignored it. But during dinner, when I was cashiering, people were so rude to me. Like, genuinely really fucking rude. Sorry for my language. But they were horribly mean. Like, and I didn't do anything wrong. Like, this woman, clearly intoxicated, talking to me. She calls me and she's like, she's like, I'm trying to figure out, like, my order isn't, like, there. Like, do you guys have it? Because I get said it canceled my order. Like, she's, like, obviously intoxicated by something. She's under the influence of something. And I'm like, we don't have it, ma'am. Like, we don't have it. She was like, what do you mean you don't have it? Like, this, that, and the other. And she's like, I ordered online. Sorry, I'm just getting the powder out. And I'm like, did you order off of Postmates or Grubhub? And she's like, yes, I did. I said, we are not affiliated with them. And she's like, but then how do they have your stuff on their site? And I'm like, Postmates can take your local restaurants, put them on our website, and use them, correct? Like, that's how, like, not every restaurant is affiliated. If you can deliver from them, doesn't mean they're affiliated. There's multiple restaurants that don't do it because of how expensive it is to be affiliated with Postmates. Like, most local restaurants are not affiliated with those companies if they're local to you. Most of the big corporations are. So, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I focus it on the inner corner and move it outwards. I said, most of them are not affiliated with us. She's like, thanks, lady, for so much help. I'm like, I said, what's going to happen is the person that's picking up the order, they're like, they keep telling me I have to cancel the order. Because, like, something of not arriving on time. I said, then that means the driver's not coming to get your order. That means no driver is accepting your order at the time. She's like, well, can't you deliver it? I'm like, no, we don't have a delivery service. That's why we use Postmates. That's why, like, Postmates is on. Like, we would tell Postmates to screw off if we had our own delivery service, but we don't. So, Postmates has a restaurant on there. And she's, like, screaming, saying, I'm not, like, thanks for so much help. I'm like, I helped as much as I could. I can't tell somebody you have to accept her order. Like, I can't do that. I told her, you could place it with us and you could pick it up from us. And she's like, no, I'm not able to do that. I'll just keep trying until someone accepts. I'm like, okay, bye. Click. Shut the phone off. Because I'm like, dude, she's, like, yelling at me. Just intoxicated. Drunk people bother me. Like, drunk people really get on my nerves. Because it's like, shut up. You're stupid. You're so stupid. You're not understanding what I'm trying to say. And she's, like, acting like she knows everything. And I'm like, you don't. Clearly, because if you knew everything, you would have understood what I was saying. But you didn't, probably because you were clearly intoxicated. Or under the influence. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with this shit. And then, like, other people call me. This lady, because we have to check the orders before it leaves. I checked her order. I made sure she had her extra side of rice with gravy. Because I was like, where's the side with rice and gravy? And I'm like looking and I say, oh, it's with her side salad. It's like the containers on top of her side salad. So I hand her the bag, the paper bag, and I say, your extra side of rice and gravy is in with this salad. It said it's on top. This little container is what it is. And she's like, okay, thank you. And I said, no problem. She calls me and she's like, I don't have my side of rice and brown gravy. And I repeat her name. I said, are you this name? She's like, yes. I said, hun, it's with your side salad. I said, someone must have taken an extra side. She's like, no, it's not. It's not with that. I said, hun, I double checked that order because I was afraid I might have missed something. It is with that. I promise you. She's like, I also don't have any mayonnaise for my daughter's burger. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry about that. And she's like, well, I'm going to come get my rice and brown gravy. And I'm going to come get the mayonnaise you forgot. I'm like, who doesn't have mayonnaise in their house? First off, it's a regular condiment that people have. If you ever have a barbecue or like a thing where you cook burgers, you have to have mayonnaise. Or hot dogs, you have to have mayonnaise because people like that on their stuff. You're crazy. You psycho? You're psycho. And she never showed up. And I kept telling her, it's with that. She's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. It is with that. She kept telling me it's not. She never showed up for her rice and brown gravy. Never showed up. Huh. Because I was there till 8 o'clock at night. She said, I'll be there in like 10 minutes. She must have hung up that phone and been like, she said it was with the side salad. Probably found it. Because she never showed up. Trust me. And then some person is yelling at me because they call and I'm like, you know, I say the location because there's like a couple locations throughout Florida and one in Alabama. And they go, no, you're not. I'm like, what? They're like, no, you're the one in this town, aren't you? I said, no, we're not. We're not in that town. And she's like, yes, you are. And I'm like, no, we're not. Because the thing is, this town is like 10 or 15 minutes away. Like, from us, from like where we currently are. She's like, no, you're in that town. I said, no, we're not. I said, look it up. We are in Pensacola. And she's yelling at me. She's like, I don't know what you're trying to pull. This isn't funny. I'm going to talk to your manager. I'm like, ma'am, we are not in that town. I said, do you really want me to go get my manager so they can tell you that we're not in that town? Are you serious? She's like, no, never mind. You're not going to get any of my business. I'm like, we wouldn't anyways because we're not in your town. You can't come to us. Psycho lady, psycho. And they're like yelling at me. Everyone kept yelling at me. And this dude comes in and I didn't take his order. I'm not the one that took his order and put it in the computer. That wasn't me. That was somebody else. And he starts going, he's like, I told her 3 separate times how I wanted it. And because I read the order back to him. And I was like, oh, you have this, and you can get, at my job, you can get pork chops, and you can get, like, one a certain way and one another way. And I told him that one was grilled, one was barbecued. And he is like, she didn't listen to me. I wanted one grilled and I wanted one barbecued. And I'm like, I'm in the twilight zone. And I, like, teared up, and I had to walk away, because, like, I was crying because I'm like being yelled at by stupid people. So it's causing me to have so much anxiety to be yelled at when I didn't do anything wrong, because I can't explain to them, you're stupid. You're so stupid. I'm like, I just want to like stop yelling at me. I didn't do anything. Oh my god. They just wouldn't stop it. They wouldn't stop yelling at me. And I was like so confused. And I was like, they're literally cooked right in there. I made sure. Like, why are you yelling at me? I'm like crying in the bathroom. I'm like having a panic attack because I'm like, I can't explain to these. And like my coworker comes in, she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, they're so stupid. They don't understand. I'm trying to explain to them. I'm like crying because like people aren't understanding what I'm saying. So I'm using the NYX Pro Contour Palette. And I'm like, they're not understanding what I'm saying. Like, I'm in tears because of how stressed I am, how much anxiety. I get really bad anxiety when people yell at me. When people yell at me, my anxiety, like, spikes. Like, genuinely, it spikes. Because of it. And I'm like, stop yelling. I didn't do anything. And she's like, it's okay, don't let them get to you. I'm like, but they keep yelling at me. And then I come back out, and I go to answer the phone, and I answer the phone, okay? This is just divine. Just, I don't know what I pissed off in the world, but they're not happy with me. I answer the phone, and they want, you know, catfish. And I'm like, our catfish is bone-in. No, it's not. Your catfish has never been bone-in. I've been there every single week for years, and it's never been bone-in. And I'm like, I've been working here for 2 years, and it's always been bone-in. I said, since I've worked here, which I worked here for 2 years almost, I said, it'll be 2 years in August. It's been bone-in. They said, no, it has not. I said, yes, it has. I think you're thinking of a different place in town that serves a lot of catfish. And they're like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, hun, I said, I can get you a manager if you really want me to. She's like, no, it's fine. I just know that I'll just let people know that their employees are liars. I'm like, I will get you a manager, ma'am. I said, I'm okay with that. She's like, no. So I just got yelled at again, immediately. After I had already had a damn panic attack over it. And I'm like, okay, bro, I can't do it with people anymore. I'm like, I'm done with all y'all. All y'all stressing me the hell out. I can't do it. Like, I really can't do it with people, like, anymore. Like, I think, it's like, I'm in, like, physical pain. It feels like I was, like, heavy breathing. I haven't had a panic attack in a long time. That set me into a panic. Like, I was in the bathroom, and it was, like, uncontrollable. Like, I was trying to, like, calm myself down, because I don't like having panic attacks. but literally like I crumpled. It was just like I just like was holding my face, and I ran to the bathroom, and this doll for some reason doesn't have a lock on it right now because somebody hasn't come and fixed it because it broke like right before like quarantine happened, and I guess they never got anyone to come fix it. So it was broken still, and so I'm like leaning against the door, like falling on the floor, panicking, and my coworker comes in. She's like, "Are you okay?" Like asking, and I'm like crying, and like I go and I get a hug, and she's like, "It's okay, you'll be okay. Like I'm sorry." And then I go to like my manager. I'm like, "What am I supposed to do if they yell at me? If they ask if they want to speak to a manager, like I do, but they never want to speak to a manager." I told the dude, I'm like, dude, like the guy that had the pork chops wrong, I said, "Do you want me to like recook them? Like, tell me what is wrong." Like, he wouldn't explain like really what's wrong. He's like, I explained to her multiple times like how I wanted my pork chops cooked, and I'm like, one's grilled, one's barbecued. He's like, "No, they're not." I'm like, then just say that you wanted to cook differently, or just look at your damn just look at your shit, dude. Look at your fucking shit. Stressed me out. People were just stressing me the hell out yesterday. Full panic attack. It was not pretty sight. Alright, now I'm going to move on to blush, which I'm going to use the blush I've had since high school. Leave me alone. Okay. They work. That's all that matters. Which we're going into the pink shade in it, because we're going to have a pinky look today. But you can't find this, so this part's the only drugstore part we can't use. Because you probably can't find it. If you can still find this, if they still sell this at a Dollar General, this little thing, get it. The blushes are good. Eyeshadows, I've never even touched them. Cause my like favorite palette when I was in high school, you know the Maybelline like blushed rose palette or something like that? I love that palette. I use that a lot. I got this little one from TJ Maxx I really liked. TJ Maxx has some really good makeup in their like little makeup section. Like genuinely, like go hit that stuff out, dude. Sometimes you find some real good stuff in there. I mean, someone found Jeffree Star makeup in there, which is very illegal. Cause well, I mean, come on, but whatever. And I put my little bit on my nose. So, that was how work was yesterday. I'm gonna talk a little bit about my next plan for like my next like kind of bigger YouTube video, which I haven't done a really big one yet, like a really big one. But the plan is so I'm using the I'm So Lit highlighter by Wet n Wild, and when I say you need the literal tiniest bit of this to get a good freaking glow, genuinely, like I'm gonna like literally tap, and like what I do is I tap some, I go into the lid, I get some of it, and I don't have to use water to get it to look nice, but I will for... Okay. I don't need it. I'll pick it up later. And then you just... It's the loose highlighter. It's so pretty. Also, Coty Airspun now has loose highlighters. I want to try one, but I have enough highlighters right now, so I don't even worry about that. And then I'll still go into the lid, and because I get enough for 2 swipes typically. Because you don't, like, I'll probably won't, like, go out of this highlight for literally years. Like, it is so pigmented, and, like, so, like, it's so shiny, and it's so amazing. You just need the littlest bit to make it go really, really far. And I have this entire thing to go through still. I got it because it was on sale, like kind of immediately after it came out. I don't know why, but it was on sale at Walmart during Christmas time, and I had a gift card, so I used it. I gotta go pick something up. There we go, picked it up. So now we're gonna move on to the eyes. Finally, I'm going to prime my eyes with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, because you only need a little bit to go a long way. I had to grab a little makeup towel that I use. Okay. There we go. Oh, my next big YouTube video plan is the organizing of my apartment that I talked about. I will be doing it this Tuesday. But I will not be streaming because of it. So I will also announce it on Twitter when it comes to the day of, and I will announce it on my Instagram as well. I'll say I'm going to be focusing on this today. Don't think I'll be done in time, but I am filming a YouTube video with it. Yay. What I'm doing is I'm really tapping it. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. So I really tap it out. I'm not setting it because with this palette, you don't really have to set it. My cat is being so freaking adorable right now, y'all. He's such a cute boy. So, going to grab 2 different blending brushes. So what I'm going to do with this one, this is my newer, nicer one that I bought. I'm going to take the yellow shade and I'm going to tap it on the inner half. The shade is called Lemonade Craze, which is the name of the palette. Going to grab my mirror, which is my Lorac palette, because I don't have my own standalone mirror. And I will, it takes a lot to build up. So you have to spend your time with this palette. Really love this palette. Because you're going to have to spend a lot of time with it. You're going to have to get real close, real personable. You got to learn all of its secrets. It shows up a little more pigmented right now on the camera, but you can still see little bits of the creases. You just keep tap, 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 tap on your eyelid. Okay, there we go. Done with the yellow shade. And now I'm going to take my more little beaten up brush and I'm going to grab the pink shade Ice Pop. I'm going to tap my brush in a couple of times and then I will. This shade takes a lot of work to get to show up. All the shades take a lot of work to get to show up. That's the only thing I don't like about this palette, is it takes time to work with it. Now that I have it, it looks a little crazy because it's not blended out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my one that I used for the yellow. I'm going to flip it to the side that isn't using the yellow, and I'm going to go into Coral Punch. I'm going to take Coral Punch, and I'm going to blend out the 2 shades in the middle. If someone else has done a look like this, please comment down below with their look, if they've done it before me. Or if you use this look on your own, I mean, tag me on Instagram. Video size almost reached. Oh no. Okay, once it hits video, I'll just start another one. So, go back into Coral Punch again. As I said, it takes a little bit of work to work with this palette. Okay, bam. They're a little more blended out, and now I'm going to go back into the pink shade and just deepen the outer crease again, because it does take a little bit away from it. Okay. There we go. Now, you look a little psycho, And that's gonna happen until you pretty much put on your mascara. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my, where are you at? This brush. This brush is like a fluffier one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it out. The very like edge of my makeup. It's clean, and I'm going to blend it out just so there's not a super harsh line. And now you have your strawberry lemonade look. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the next eye, and I will come back when the next eye is done. Okay. Everyone, I'm back. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is the bottom lash line, because as you see, I just did my other eye up here. Now I'm going to do the bottom lash line. I'm going to take my little Wet n Wild brush, and I thought I was going to do the reverse of I think what I'm doing, but I changed my mind kind of part of the way through. Let me check these eyes. I'm actually quite happy with them. I dropped the brush though. I'm good at dropping my brushes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to do Coral Punch and the other pink shade instead of my original idea of doing yellow underneath. Just because I think I have enough yellow on this look. So Coral Punch goes on the inner part of my eye. And then Ice Pop on the other part. I really enjoy me some colorful makeup. I really do. I will be posting this look on my Instagram. So make sure you're following me over there at Valkylie. I've posted a lot of crazy colored makeup looks over there. I post a lot of makeup looks I'm really proud of over there. And now because I'm doing my makeup for YouTube, I have double content. And I'll feel a little more inclined to do some more crazy colored looks. I'm allowed to do them at work. So they've never told me not to. My managers were really nice about it. They're like, wow, it looks really good and all this, that, and the other. So they're pretty nice about it. One of my other managers wants me to do her makeup sometime. I told her I would, but I don't have a foundation shade that would match her because she's of a darker complexion than me. So, I'm going to put my brushes back into where they belong. Blend this out just a little bit more right here and right here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to pick something up with my finger. I'm going to pick up the shade Main Squeeze right here. It's this really pretty, like kind of goldeny shade. It's kind of like my highlighter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just get that on just the yellow shade. It's so pretty. Look at the little bit of glitter that comes from it. It's really nice. Then I'm going to do it on the other side. A little bit more, just because glitter is just so pretty. It's so pretty. Yay. Okay. So I'm really happy with this look. It's not even funny. I'm really excited. Yay, I love it so much. Okay, because once I put the mascara on and everything and I get the rest of my face done, I'll be oof, oof. But with this look, I am going to have to wear lipstick. I'm trying not to wear lipstick, but with a look like this, if you have crazy eyes, and I feel like if you have like just normal natural lips, it looks a little insane, personally. So I will have to go grab a lipstick, but I'm really happy with it. Yay. So now I'm going to go into my highlighter because I like to do something with it. I like to take the tiniest bit and pop it in my inner corner just so I kind of tie the other parts of my face together. Gotta be super careful with this highlighter because it will go everywhere. So next thing I'm going to do is my mascara. Oh, I just dropped something again. I keep dropping. Oh my gosh, I keep dropping a lot of things. I think I'm gonna have to, eventually, I'm so excited to get like a ring light or something. So I'm gonna be using the Great Lashes, Lots of Lash from Maybelline. You know, might as well use a mascara for the eye look I already did with theirs, except for the highlight in the inner corner is from Wet n Wild, but a lot of people were kind of hating on this palette when it initially came out. I love it. I mean, you really have to learn this palette, I think, and it is like, it's a drugstore palette, so remember like that you're getting a drugstore palette. Kind of like, but I mean, for a drugstore palette, this is absolutely amazing. Come on. I want to try the Wet n Wild one with Bretman Rock just because it's so pretty. But I don't know if they'll still have it at Walmart by Christmas time. I do need to text my dad. Ask him if my grandma's okay, because I told her happy birthday. She didn't respond, so just gonna make sure she's okay. Because she never doesn't respond when I tell her happy birthday. So that's why I'm a little concerned. So. Ow, there's ringing in my ear. See what I mean? When you put mascara on, it kind of brings the look together. I don't like false eyelashes just because they pull out your lashes. The only time I wear them is when I do cosplay, because my lashes will get kind of lost when I put black mascara on, and like you kind of have a thicker eyeliner. So I do wear them when I do cosplay, but that's the only time. Which I do need to buy some more eventually, because I try to only use them once when I use them, and I get like super cheap ones off of like AliExpress and stuff. They're like, I like get them when I order like other cosplays and stuff, so it like kind of allows you to have free shipping, which I do need to order soon. Gosh darn it, I got that right there. Gotta let it dry. It's just because I'm left-handed, and trying to put mascara on is so hard, because you're like, but it's what happens when you're left-handed. Can't help it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a little bit for it. I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to go flick, 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 and then I will put the coral back down to kind of hide it some. But I need to do my eyebrows, so yeah. I'm going to take a brush, any brush that will work, because I have so many from the Amazon thing. Actually, something I've been forgetting to do is I take, because powder gets on them. I haven't done it for the last 2 YouTube videos. I take my little towel and I lightly graze so I don't get the foundation and powder around my eyebrows. Just the one on my eyebrows, and a little bit comes off, because I do go over my eyebrows, and then it'll like show up weirdly in my brows, but it's whatever. So, tap, tap, tap. So, oh yeah, the YouTube video I was talking about before, kind of my plan. I do have a little gap in my foundation. Do you see that right there? That's weird. Whatever. It's not super noticeable unless you're like right up in my face. And I noticed that a lot, that there's like little things like I'll notice about my makeup that no one else would notice unless they're like that close to my face. But no one should be that close to my face. But it does bother me, so just because it bothers me, and I know it'll be on my face. Going to grab literally the tiniest dot of concealer. But yeah, so I think I'm going to break it up into separate parts. I feel like each part will be pretty long, and I'll have to like convert it and upload it to YouTube and like keep it private and just like slowly kind of upload them over time. Okay, another little dot I can see there. See? And then I will take this little brush, go into the Coty Airspun, and I'll try not to get it all over yourself. And just tap, 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 tap. There you go. I've had that a couple of times happen to me, and that's how I always fix that problem. So back to what I was doing. But I think I'm going to have to do it that way so I have enough room. And I'm going to start from like the very front of like when you walk into like my living room and stuff. And taking care of my living room, organizing things, and then I will work my way to the kitchen, organizing the kitchen, kind of cleaning out my kitchen, things I don't need, and then to the bedroom. And once I get to the bedroom, that's going to have a lot of work to it. So, going to I've organized my makeup. Oh, wait, I haven't filled it in yet. I just move it literally like every single time I have to record my makeup because I have to come to the windowsill to get good lighting. And my thing's behind me, and so I move it every single time, so I just don't really see a point in organizing it super, super well because I move it all the time anyways. And I mean, I don't know if you guys can understand that thought process, but the rest of the room really needs organizing. I'll organize it for probably just looks sake. But also, I have this weird thing where I feel no incentive to keep my apartment super pretty or clean because none of it is super pretty and clean. And I haven't properly unpacked and organized things, and I've been here for 2 years. I need to. I'm gonna be here for another year and a half to 2 years. I think more 2 years still, because I have 3 semesters to complete, and then I have to take my internship, which is a 400-hour internship. And you don't get to pick where your placement is. They kind of you tell them this is the job I'd like to do, and they just give you your internship at my college, which I mean, some people don't like, but I'll tell them just put me wherever you want me to go, because I mean, the advisor that I have is amazing. I've heard other people talk about their advisors, and I'm like, oh, hell no. See? Yay, it's gone now. Go back into the shade. Ow. I had to cover that up because it got into my eyeball. I should have thought about that. I covered it up because some people have a thing about touching your eyeball. I got over that when I put in cosplay contacts, and then I got in trouble by my eye doctor. They're like, why did you do that, you psycho lady? Did we not tell you before? Those are horrible for your eyes, and you already have really bad eyes in general, so don't add to the problem. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So yeah, don't comment on that. Can't help it. I'm not allowed to wear them. You don't have red eyes like Megumin. Yeah, you want to know why? I'm not allowed to. Don't comment on it. Rude. We're gonna go a little crazy. We're still gonna have bright lips for the bottom half. Some people are like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. You should have neutral lips. No. So this isn't my work shirt, so I know my makeup doesn't match my shirt. It's only because this isn't the shirt I'm wearing to work. I just realized my eyebrow product is the only thing that isn't drugstore because I use the shade of my Lorac palette, so I didn't mention it. But what I use to set my brow is a clear mascara from CoverGirl, so that works. And the lipstick I used is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in shade Antwerp. I don't know what that word is, so I've had it for quite some time. It's really pretty. This is the makeup look. Ting, 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 ting. Now I'm going to use my Wet n Wild setting spray. Now I'm going to go take my hair down, brush it. I'll show you guys the final look. All done, yay! So this little hair is sticking up. I'll just have to hairspray it down. So I'm all done. I'm going to go hairspray down this hair that doesn't want to stay down, or I could just go like that. There you go. I will probably change my shirt before I take the Instagram picture and the YouTube thumbnail. Yeah, I'm really happy with the look. It's really pretty. Yay! I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Follow me on twitch.tv/ValkyLA. I stream almost every single day, except for days I'm a double, or I'm just so exhausted from a double. I will be live on Monday for sure, Monday night. I, however, will not be there on Tuesday. You can also follow me on Instagram, and you can catch up with me. I'll probably show little sneak peeks of my cleaning of my apartment. And I will also follow me on Twitter @ValkyAlley. I will update you guys about my streaming schedule, typically there. And I'll let you know when I go live if you don't have my notifications on Twitch, which you should. And be good people, drink plenty of water, get a good sleep schedule, take care of yourself. Bye!